Hello, and welcome to Beyond Phandalin, a homebrew D&D campaign set in the Forgotten Realms. My name's Harrison, and I'm your Dungeon Master. Tonight, we also have...
I'm here.
You're always first. This is episode 8 now.
I always forget that I'm first. Should be used to this by now. I'm Billy. I play Jill Meadowbrook, who is a halfling barbarian MILF. My fun fact for Jill today, I was actually going to think of it while we're waiting and I completely forgot. You know what? Jill is a bit of a Pride Festival fiend. She hasn't missed one for like 15 years.
Very nice, very nice. She attends...
What about before that?
Before that, who knows? Yeah, ally moments. Yeah.
Very nice. And next up we have...
Hi, I'm Mel. I play Tarduk, a druid turtle. A fun fact about Tarduk is that he was once in his shell on the top of a hill, and a giant pushed him down the hill. And that was the closest Tarduk ever came to, like, thrill.
To what?
To thrill.
Oh.
Any sort of thrill.
I thought you were going to say, like, dying.
I thought it was going to be like, and that was the closest Tarduk ever got to another person.
I was half thinking of saying, like, something sexual.
Oh,
that
was the closest he came.
Tarduk is into degradation. Okay.
Oh boy.
That's it. Oh nah.
No, it was more the thrill, not the degradation.
Getting pushed down a hill.
Closest he's got to joy in his life.
Anyway.
Alrighty.
Hi, I'm Jay. I'm playing Anthea, the tiefling wizard, and a fun fact about them is I really did not think of this beforehand.
Yes, and improv.
Yeah, I'm on board. A fun fact about them is they did not know Abyssal until they were granted their cleric powers. They learned the whole language in a matter of moments.
Wow, that would be a lot to handle. Nice.
Improv.
Next we have...
Hi, I'm Nova. This session I will be playing Noxus, who is the son of my old character Bombeldo. We'll get into that in a minute. But,
we will explain in the recap.
We'll explain in the recap. Fun little fact about Noxus. His favorite woodland creature is the grizzly bear.
Okay. Awesome.
Awesome vibes.
Any, like, first-hand experience?
Yeah, he's hung out with a couple.
Okay. Awesome. And then, last but not least.
My name is Ryan. I play the character Barrack Seal. Fun fact about Barrack Seal, he carries a little scale off a dragon. His first ever dragon he fought. And he doesn't wear it as a necklace because that's how you choke yourself. So he just keeps it tucked away in his undies.
Oh, okay.
On him.
What if you stab or...
He, like, sits down awkwardly and it, like, gets the wrong angle and just stabs into his thigh.
What if you fall over and you just get castrated?
No, it's not on the front. It's on the side. It's only little too, so it wouldn't do anything.
Okay.
Oh god.
Wait, is the scale little or?
Off to a good start. Now, I have some slightly sad news. You might notice that there's only five cameras to my left here, and that's because sadly our good friend Justice isn't able to play anymore. They made the decision to stop playing rather than just saying no, I can't come each week. But we thank them and we've really enjoyed playing with them. Jay is also going to be leaving us sadly, but they've come to play this last session. So this will be Anthea's last session, and then it'll be 4. So I've really enjoyed playing with you, Jay. Yeah. You will not be getting a rose
for
tonight,
having
I'm
me.
afraid.
That tracks. That makes
I'm
sense.
kidding. I would absolutely give you all the roses, Jay. Now,
That's very romantic.
I know. Last time on Beyond Phandalin, you guys had just discovered that Sophie, the harmless little girl, was actually a dangerous succubus in disguise. And her friend Boomer was also involved. They had been behind the killing of Neva, and the attempted killing of Anton. Yes, Anton. Oh, it's a lot to keep track of. And
Trust
you battled it out. There was some big hits thrown. Bombeldo was charmed by Sophie, and was forced to attack his party members, and almost killed Anthea. Getting close there, and then Sophie popped out of the material plane into the ethereal plane, and when she popped back in behind Bombeldo, she used the Draining Kiss, which can be used on someone who is charmed, and it reduced his maximum hit points to 0.
-1.
-1, actually, yes. Causing him to die. This music is completely wrong, but that's okay. And it was a very, very sad moment. I think we all almost shed a tear on Beldo. And I don't think I see anything else. As Jill was sitting by Bombeldo's body, they'd placed him in a bed. She saw a flickering blue light at the end of the bed, and it disappeared. And it wasn't till later, when you were all sitting around the table, just kind of all in shock a bit still, I think, having a drink, that the blue light reappeared, started flickering around in the middle of the table, and then it started to take a form, and you then saw, sitting on the center of the table, a small, if it'll work, small goblin body.
Goblin?
Sorry, kobold. That's what I meant to say.
There you go.
And I believe Noxus was saying,
He was kind of just like stressing. He was like stressing about his mother and what she will think.
And Jill reached out a hand and talked to Noxus, and Noxus, she was looking right at you, and you realized that these people can all see you now. And would you like to perhaps introduce yourself fully? Because we haven't really met Noxus properly.
Alrighty. So, like, just to the audience or roleplay?
You can just in roleplay would be fine, I think. Yeah.
Okay. You guys can see me. Do you guys remember my dad talking about his son that passed away? Or Bombeldo talking about his son that passed away?
I remember
Yeah.
he mentions that there had been an accident of some kind, yeah?
Well, peekaboo.
It's you're the accident.
One way to put it.
Sorry,
I
I
guess.
just trying to lighten the situation up a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm just nervous. Are you okay?
No, that is completely fair. I'm Noxus.
Music.
I'm Phandelver's son, and you guys can see me all of a sudden. And I sort of point
Have
to
you
like,
been here the whole time?
Yeah, hi, Jill,
Oh my god.
and Barrack Seal, and Tarduk, and Anthea. Antom's here too. Yeah, that was. Hi.
Tarduk just says, how?
Oh.
Look, I'm about as sure as that as you are. It's not every day that you can see through yourself. And other people can see you too. So.
So what's caused all this? Like, so you've been here this whole time, and now we can see you. Is it because of what happened with Bombeldo? Do you know why you're suddenly corporeal?
I can't say I do know. No.
Well, it doesn't matter regardless. We're happy to have you here, and we've heard about you, and we're glad to have you part of the family.
Thank you. Yeah, I might need to take a minute.
Anton kind of steps forward and he says, I'm sorry about your father. Assuming you were here and saw that, even if we couldn't see you?
Yeah, offhandedly, I kind of saw it out of the corner of my eye. Doesn't make it hurt less, but, yeah, I saw that happen.
That can't have been easy.
Well, I mean, considering the first time you guys see me, like, properly, I'm breaking down in the fetal position on a table, on a pirate ship.
Yes, Jill, I'm not good with this stuff, Jill.
It's okay. It's okay. You know what? I have always said first impressions are not that important. So we can just scrap all that. I didn't see anything. Did you guys see something? I didn't see anything.
I mean, he knows all our names, so we've never made a first impression.
Actually, shut the fuck up for a second.
What do you mean? The kid was
God, you're still here.
Kid was crying like a baby.
Shut up! Oh my god. You know what? Are you hungry? Do you eat? Oh, is that rude to ask? Am I allowed to ask that? Oh god, I'm sorry. I'm making such a fool of myself.
Yeah, but I'm a little bit peckish. I haven't eaten in about a day.
Oh, okay. I'll find you some food. I'll get you a drink. Oh, but you are probably a minor. I will not get you a drink. I will find some water. Anton, we have water, don't we?
It's all right. I'll get you a drink, mate.
Do not drink whatever he hands you.
I wasn't planning on it.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna try and get together a little bit of a plate for dear old Noxus.
Yep.
Just kind of, yeah.
Jill goes and kind of puts together a small plate of finds some dried meats and that kind of stuff. Yes.
Jill, if
Awesome,
Noxus
thank you.
wasn't a child, were you planning on giving the starving ghost person alcohol?
Well, as well as food, I feel like it's just polite.
I would kind of want water first, personally.
Well,
They just saw
I'll
their
remember
dad
that
die
when you
now.
appear as a
Oh.
ghost.
Thank you, Jill.
Wow.
Hey, is Anthea still in the other room with Bombeldo's body?
Yeah, I think so.
Copy.
The ship is still on fire.
No, these are just like torches.
Oh, okay.
The ship isn't actually on fire anymore. Like,
Okay.
see, it's all good. It's all right.
Straight up bourbon in there.
Antom says, hey, I don't mean to interrupt. I think we still have an unconscious Kenku above above deck.
Oh my god, how could I forget about Boomer? Oh god, we have to go help that poor kid.
No worries. Are you heading above deck then?
Yeah.
I will too.
Before I go, yeah, I was gonna say, poke my head back to this. Does anyone know any like healing? I'm not the best.
I've got something.
Oh, do I have any?
If it helps, I know a couple spells.
You know what? Why don't we all go up and say hi to Boomer?
Okay.
Alright, so you're all
Speaking of spells, I need to do that.
pick some spells.
Yeah.
Alright, so you all head above deck. You can see there's nothing's on fire anymore, but everything is still quite scorched, and the two lifeboats are sorry, one is blackened from fire and the other is kind of broken in some pieces. It's burnt quite a bit. And you head over and find unconscious, leaning against the side of the railing of the ship, Boomer. Now, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna nudge one of the Healy boys forward. Like,
Do you wanna? do you wanna? He's right there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a little rusty, so Todd should probably take this one just in case I, hit him with earth tremor or something.
Yeah, understandable. Todd, do you want to take the lead here?
Yeah. Can I cast healing wounds? Cure wounds.
Yes, you can. Go for it.
I've got the exact same spell.
quick
21.
21. You cast Cure Wounds, and you see Boomer's eyes open, and he sits up with a startle, and kind of looks at you all, and then looks and sees the glowing kind of blue form of Noxus, and goes, "Ah!" and you see him like start flipping through his spell book.
Oh, I think I stole his spellbook.
Oh, did you?
Oh.
No, I mean,
Oh, you might have
I
actually.
stole his spellbook.
Yes, you would have.
Ah,
Yeah,
he's
that was
looking
good.
for it.
He you see him. I was gonna say start doing a cantrip, but he doesn't have any cantrips that would be useful. He's just kind of there.
Boomer, it's all good. He's not gonna hurt you. No one's gonna hurt you. Okay, as
For
long
now.
as Noxus. Oh God. As long as you're not a danger to us, we're not gonna hurt you. Okay? There's no need to be scared.
You see him looking around the deck.
So she's gone. I have a feeling that you and her may not have been as equal friends as we first thought. Well, she's not gonna make you do anything anymore, okay? So
He slowly gets up to his feet, and he starts walking inside.
oh, see ya.
It seems like he's heading straight to go get a drink.
Harrison, was that? That's you took a swig. You were like, with your like sad face, and then you drank.
Oh, that was Harrison having a drink. That wasn't Boomer having a drink.
This is funny because you kept the same face.
pretty
Okay,
much,
well,
yeah.
Good to see that he's up and walking again. Is everyone doing all right?
Yeah, still okay. A little confused, but
I'm still a bit confused.
Has anyone seen Anthea? I feel like she was around earlier, and has anyone seen her?
She's with Dad.
She what?
She's with Bonbaldo's body.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay. I might just go have a check on her. I'll be right back.
Noxus, you made me think that Anthea had died when you said that.
Oh.
Did sound like that for a brief second.
She's in a better place.
She's with Dad now.
Oh my goodness.
So Jill,
funny.
you head below deck again.
Yeah, I'm gonna just knock on the door.
Hello, Anthea. Are you in there, dear?
Yeah, I'm just having a sit.
Can I come in?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
Walk through the door. What is
You,
Anthea doing in there?
I'm just like cross-legged. I'm flipping through Boomer's spellbook.
Yeah. For a second, I thought you said Bombeldo's spellbook, and I was like, shit.
Oh, dark. No, Boomer's.
Hmm. Yeah. How you doing, sweetheart? Are you alright?
I
It's
haven't
okay
really
if
known
it's
anyone
not.
who's passed away before, and then I just kind of have lost 2 friends in a couple of days, and I don't really know what to do with that information.
You and me both, sister. It's been a rough couple days for everybody, I think. And I think if you haven't had anything like this happen to you before, then it's definitely a bit of an alarming wake-up call to the world, you know? But I think what's important to know is that he was a good man, and we've got his son to look after now. He needs some friends, I think. He looks a little bit, like, awkward, maybe not as socialized as he ought to be. And we're
I
gonna
understand what
get
that's
through
like
this.
for sure.
Yeah.
You guys kind of hear like a thunk on the door because Bombeldo still thinks he can just phase through walls and stuff.
Oh, Noxus.
Oh yeah, Anthea,
Oh, yeah,
you,
Noxus.
you haven't
Noxus still
met
thinks
you
he
haven't
can
met
phase through
Noxus
walls.
yet, or know anything about it.
No idea.
So,
She was like, what? What are you
you
talking
hear
about?
What the fuck is that?
And just a
Oh, Noxus, honey, you gotta open that.
yep. Well, when I collided with it, I thought so. And as I'm saying that, I like open the door and come in.
Oh my. Hello.
Hi. I'm just here to grab something that used to belong to me. And I grab the pan flute off of like Bumbeldo's side.
Mhm.
And just sort of, well, I'll see you eventually. And like close the door behind me and scoot back off.
So that was Noxus. That's Bombeldo's son, if that wasn't clear. He's apparently been tagging along this whole time. We didn't know he was there, because as you may have noticed, he's a little bit dead. Not all the way there, but a little bit. He's gonna
So
stick
does that
around with
mean
us for a while.
Bombeldo can? I mean, if Bombeldo's son is like a ghost, does that mean Bombeldo can come back?
It's definitely something we should talk about for sure. I don't know much about this stuff. It's I didn't learn this stuff at school. But I imagine if anyone knows something, possibly Noxus would. Shouldn't
Sweet
give up hope on
Anthea's
all
up and out the door.
Yeah.
I'll go chase down Noxus.
Okay, have fun. Whew.
you head out as you see Noxus going back in here. Follow him back into this room.
Yeah, she'll just run after.
Are you going as well, Jill?
I'm just gonna take a breather.
Okay.
Valid. Sorry, Noxus.
Hey, hi.
You're. I'm sorry. I really don't mean to be rude. You're dead.
A little. Not all the way, but a little.
Okay. Does that mean Bombeldo, your father, is also like? I mean, could he, like, be like less
Well,
dead?
I mean, before Dad died, I could see other ghosts and spirits and stuff. But when he died and I corporealized, I don't know, I wasn't much of a reader. He wasn't there, and all the other ghosts kind of disappeared. They were mainly just fish ghosts, but
I see. Okay. Sorry for bothering you.
no, it's not a problem.
She'll just go and kind of just like stand there awkwardly before like finding a seat, I guess.
Worries.
While that's happening, while Anthea goes and like finds a seat, I start carving a little bee into the pan flute.
Absolutely. Tarduk and
Bill's come
Baraxia.
back, by the way. She's back in there now. She's near a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tarduk and Baraxia, you're on the deck. You can see the dark night sky is slowly starting to turn the lightest hint of I was gonna say pink, but I'm like, shit, what color is sunrise again?
Orange.
You're seeing the slightest hints of orange of the sun as it's about to peek over the horizon. In what feels like one of the longest nights in D&D. Good lord. Like three
History in the making, folks.
real-time sessions in a row.
Could I just do a rundown of the ship and make operational after that?
Mm-hmm.
Check all the sails and equipment and all the gear as a good quartermaster.
Yeah, you can go and do that. You find that it doesn't really show well where the masts are.
But you did have a photo of the ship, didn't you?
That's a good question.
We just assumed what it looked like.
We're using our imaginations.
Do I have a photo? I don't know that I did. Anyway, you can see that one of the sails has some small holes burnt into it where it looks like some stray bits of ash have been flying around and touched on the sail and burnt some holes, but it doesn't look too much like it'll affect the sail. Structurally, the ship looks to be pretty okay. Just a bit charred. That gives character.
Bit banged up.
Yep, a little bit.
Good.
At this point, Antom leaves you guys in this room. So, he says, "Excuse me, I'm just going to check on the boys above deck and see how they're." Above deck, Tarduk and Bombeldo, you see him walk out.
Hmm?
What'd I say? Tarduk and
Noxus.
Baraxiel. I meant to say Baraxiel. And
there we
you
go.
see him head below deck down into the storage below deck. Keep forgetting what I'm calling it. Yeah, you see him head down below there. Some of you know this to be... hang on, who actually does know about it? Axia?
Jill knows about it. Anthea knows about it. I'm not sure whether
Anthea
or not
has it.
Noctis would.
You mean the
Yeah,
crate
and
downstairs?
Anthea has
Bombelda
He was
knew
standing there
about
with
it.
me, wasn't he?
Anyway, who was?
Tarduk, when I first opened it, he was down there with me,
No,
wasn't
that
he?
was
Was that
Bombelda.
Anthea?
That was Bombeldo.
Bombeldo, my bad.
Okay, so
Are you
shut
talking
up.
about the crate we found Anthea in?
yes,
Oh,
no, the crate, which I
Yeah,
don't
the
think
crate.
Tarduk and Baraxiel know about.
I was
big-
confusing.
the-
We've had so many crates.
The big crate.
all of the crates.
The
You
big
see-
crate with the little
You just see
Nice.
Anton head down below deck, and looking a little bit nervous.
Yeah, I'm gonna not. I'm gonna. It's not follow. What's the? I don't know. I'm gonna follow him, but from a distance, kind of thing, without him noticing.
Mhm.
There's a word I can't remember.
tail him.
That's it. Thank you.
Yeah. Anyways, you head over, peek below deck, and you see him walking down to the very front of the ship. And it's quite dark. You can't see very clearly as he walks down to the end of the ship into the shadows.
But I have
Would
night vision.
Noxus have gone with, because like the only other person above deck is Weasel?
You can say that Noxus went with you.
Okay.
What do you mean I can't see? I have night vision.
Do you have the 60-foot night vision? Dark vision?
Ah, I didn't think that was a thing.
We said that didn't count, remember?
Okay, sure.
It's one of the house rules, because otherwise everyone can see in the dark, basically.
I can't.
It's like there's like
Our
humans
specs are just that good.
humans and some other races don't have dark vision. That's about it.
Fair enough.
So if you've got the magical like 120-foot dark vision, I'll say yes. Otherwise, no. Sorry.
Okay.
So Noxus, yeah,
Darkness is just darker here. You know?
can follow down.
Awesome.
And yeah, are you wanting to go a little bit closer or stay near the entrance to below the deck?
I want to be close enough that I could still see Anton.
Okay, you kind of are heading about halfway from the stairs down to where Anton is. Are you wanting to like hide like amongst some barrels or anything like that?
Yeah, so keeping avoidance from, I guess, Anton's field of vision.
Yep. You can see that Anton has walked up to a large crate. Trying to remember how big I said it was last time. It's about meter and a half cubed.
Yep.
This crate. It's quite big. You see him pull out a dagger and kind of pry it in the side and pry the front open and carefully lowers it down so as not to make too much noise. And he heads inside and you see him pick something up. Give me a perception check. That one.
All of us?
Perception. No,
Just
me.
Noxus and Baraxiel. Yeah, both of you can make one.
Okay.
Perception.
Oh, that's a 6.
10.
6. All right. 10 will do it. You can
I
see
nearly
him.
got 18.
What'd you say?
I said I nearly got 18, but then it rolled over to a 3, and I'm like, oh, okay.
You can see him lifting up an iron flask, and kind of inspecting it. and he looks to be quite relieved.
Sorry, this isn't the iron flask that I stole, is it?
Yeah, I remember someone stealing it.
Mm-hmm.
I very
Wow.
much have that on my.
I completely forgot.
I was like, where is this going?
Thank you.
I was
Okay.
like, I didn't leave like a fake one. I just stole it.
This completely changes everything.
Valid. Yeah. No, sweet. That's
Okay,
fully
no.
on my
Changes
person.
everything.
Thank you very much for telling me. All right, let me. Where's the hang on? Where's the rewind?
Let's rewind a bit, lads.
Yeah,
So,
we'll put that rerun.
let's wind it back.
Wow, that was quite good. That was.
You see, Anton pries open the front of the crate and starts to slowly lower it, and you see him stop, and then quickly put the front of the crate down, and he steps inside, and you can see him feeling around in the corners and the bottom of the crate. And he turns around and begins walking out. Are you... I'm going to get you to roll a stealth roll each as he's about to walk past you. Unless Noxus wants to turn invisible or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I use ghostly phase and like just?
Yep.
I was gonna
Okay,
say
awesome.
he's bright blue and I
You
got
don't
really
know,
big
though.
wings.
Yep, you can absolutely do that.
Which one am I doing again?
A stealth roll.
Still, oh yeah, cool. 15.
15
Mm-hmm.
against his... Nat 1. He, as he walks past you, he looks to be fuming, and so doesn't notice you hiding
Too
there
distracted.
behind the barrels, and comes loudly up the stairs.
When Noxus used ghostly phase and like went invisible, he would have like dashed out and just like found Jill, and then reappeared like near her.
Okay.
Jesus, kid, don't do that. You'll scare the life out of me. That was probably not in good taste. I'm sorry.
That's funny.
Noxus would have actually laughed at that. Would have just been like,
I'm glad.
nice.
We high five like bravo bros.
Yep. Alright, what are you saying to Joe?
I'm like, okay, either you have it, either you, Tarduk, Weasel,
What's that
or
language
Anthea
around me,
have
son?
it. Pardon my language. Someone on the ship has whatever is in that big crate. Who?
You mean the crate down in the storage? No one should be having that. As it was there when I saw it when I was there last.
Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah, ignore Anton when he comes in.
Oh God, kid, what have you done?
I didn't do anything. Where is Barrack Seal?
Oh, I don't know.
Jumping over quickly, above deck. So Barracks, you're still hiding below deck.
I am. I watch Anton leave below deck, and I go to the crate just to check if what he was looking for.
Yep.
And I assume it's literally just an empty box. Like there's no packaging material.
It is. It's a completely empty crate.
Cool. All right. I see that, and I try and sneakily follow Anton. Or exit without him noticing. Is the correct term.
Tarduk, you see Anton walk up from below deck and looks around. And once he sees you, he says, "Tarduk, meeting now."
Okay.
And he begins walking towards the kind of communal eating area.
Is it just him and Tarduk having this meeting?
No, he's just obviously seeing
Spicy.
whoever he sees on the way, and
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought me and Anton were going to have some private time.
Ooh.
Well, you two already slept in the same room.
he walks. You see, Tarduk. You see him walk upstairs, into this room. Swings open the door. Swings it back shut again with a loud thud. And he heads down below deck. He walks down in here. Swings open the door. Looks in. Jill. Meeting now.
Oh, okay. Yep, I'll be right
And
there.
he walks back down into this room.
We can't see a map if you're
Can't
pointing
see.
at it.
Pardon?
We
Can't
can't
see
see
a
a
map.
map
We
if you're
haven't got a
pointing at
map.
something.
Oh, sorry. Apologies. There we go.
Now I'm going into this room.
Yep. No. So he walks into the we'll call it the galley, I guess. And says, Graves, Anthea, can you take a seat, please? You too, Boomer. And I'm assuming Tarduk, you're following him up or down into there.
Mhm.
Barraxil, what are you doing?
I assume by the time he spoke into Tarduk, I heard that conversation.
You would
Would
have
that
heard
be
it,
correct?
yes.
Cool. Then I'm hunting the heels of Tarduk because I don't want to miss out.
Okay. Now Noxus, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Are you?
Oh,
are you,
I was
dipping out of this.
No, I would have just like followed in.
Okay. I can't fit them because it's models, but Anton sits everyone around the table. Something of mine has been taken. And I'm going to give whoever it was the chance now to come forward and give it back to me.
What was taken, sir?
That is not something you need to know.
Noxus
The person who
kind of,
took it will know what it is.
Noxus kind of pipes up and goes, "Was it that little flask thing in the big box?"
He turns to you, Noxus. I can't laugh.
Go on.
No, he's very serious,
Do
guys.
it.
He's a threat.
You know about the flask?
Oh yeah, no. Dad went down there one night. I didn't take it though. I feel like you would probably be able to see it on me if I had, but you know.
Would your dad have taken it?
Well, I mean, he was a kleptomaniac, but he wasn't crazy. No, to answer your question.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but are we in danger? What's going on here?
A very powerful magical item has been taken from below deck, where it was safely being stored. And someone on this ship has it. Someone better start talking quickly.
I've got nothing.
Well, I'm not one to accuse people, especially considering I only just appeared. But from judgment of character and the amount of, suspicion that I have seen about this person, Graves probably has it.
Graves?
Okay, well,
Look, Captain. I haven't been down there. I don't know what it is. Some flask? I don't know what that is.
Graves has spent the last couple of nights in the brig.
Yes, it wouldn't have...
Need I remind everyone that last time we accused Graves of something, someone killed Bombeldo?
Yes.
look,
Well,
whoever
but
it could have been, it could have also been, what's her name again? Could have been Sophie. She just dipped.
When was the last time someone saw it? Yeah, Sophie could have definitely have done something. Like, she must have been on the ship for a reason. What if that was it?
What's so magical about it? What does it do?
At this point, Boomer goes,
What happened
And
to my ability to talk to Boomer?
that was, you used... was that a spell that you used?
No, I spelled that Boomer.
That
used.
was tongues.
Yes,
Tongues
that's
is
right.
a spell that Boomer used. I think that lasts like 8 hours or something, doesn't it? How long does
yes.
tongues last?
I'm trying to remember if it's just one... he can only talk to one person. He casts tongues on Barrack Seal.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It only lasts an hour.
Oh, so it'd be well under then. It'd be over.
Oh. Okay, he can cast it on himself, and when he speaks, any creature that knows at least one language can hear the target and understand what it says. Okay. Boomer, you see Boomer look around and makes eye contact with Anthea.
You'll just like throw it on the table.
What's that?
She'll just like throw his spellbook on the table.
Okay. He grabs it and quickly flips through, and then he starts and then he says, "Alright, is it working?
Oh,
It's like
Hello.
earlier.
Can you all understand me?"
yeah.
Oh wow, the Kenku can speak. That is.
You can do.
Sophie wasn't here for whatever that was below deck. She was only after souls. And she got one.
Well, that puts us back at square one.
So I'm sorry to not be of too much help, but I can tell you it wasn't Sophie. Okay, well,
Well, I'm out of zone of truth because we haven't had a long rest yet, so I don't know. I don't know who has it.
who else has seen this item? Jill?
If you remember, I got a bit curious when we were looking around the ship for
Yes.
stuff.
I remember now.
We've spoken about this event. I promptly closed the box.
I should remember it was only a few hours ago.
It was only a few hours ago.
And not several weeks. Yes.
But yes, I have seen the objects. That was the last time I ever had anything to do with it.
Do you know anyone else that saw the object?
Well, I was down there with Bombeldo when we first saw it, and we both kind of agreed we weren't going to go back down there. We didn't want to meddle with it, so I'm not aware of anyone else going down there.
I would urge whoever is in possession of this object to not play with it and bring it forth to me. It's not safe. I know that. And I can't even tell you myself how dangerous it is.
I mean,
What is
don't you think that you could at least tell us what it is?
I don't know.
You you don't know what it is.
Yourself come across, moving around cargo, you don't even know what it is.
How do you know it's dangerous if you don't know what it is?
Well, because if you were being paid 10,000 gold to move something across the ocean, wouldn't you think it was probably pretty dangerous?
Or at least very, very valuable.
So now you see why it's very important that whoever has it gives it back.
Did you not take the $10,000 before you tried shipping it?
I've taken a deposit. That's how these things work when you're working with expensive cargo.
Well, I hope it was of an expended amount.
Yes, Jim.
Excuse me, fellas. Okay, so obviously someone here has made a mistake, and maybe in these circumstances feel like the group wouldn't be very appreciative if they knew that they had taken it. So how about we all go back to our rooms, we mind our businesses, we have a nice long rest, and if it so appears to be back where it was in the morning, then isn't that just great? Doesn't that sound like a fun idea?
Yes, I suppose so.
I'm glad you think so. So do I. Been long couple hours. We should get a bit loopy here.
You see him rub his eyes, and he's clearly quite tired as well. Okay.
Should we have a little something for Bombeldo before we all go to sleep?
Yes, of course.
I have a first level spell left. I can do a cleric ceremony. I can do the funeral rites.
That would be nice, I think. Noxus, is there anything you think might have wanted?
He wasn't really one for ceremony. I mean, you guys are free to do whatever you want to do, but
Oh, no, it's your dad.
yeah, I know,
What
and
would- what
I'm
would
saying
you-
you guys are free to do whichever. I don't mind. Wasn't around a lot, so.
Sorry.
Funeral 2, Electric Boogaloo. Let's get going. Oh god.
You all you'll head above deck, and do we want to go through all this? How are we feeling?
I mean, Noxus is probably gonna head up to the crow's nest and just sit there for a little bit.
Okay.
One of those lifeboats is pretty damaged. Does it still float though?
Yes, it does.
Would
Okay, but
I'm
like-
gonna shout out to Noxus in the crow's nest. What were Bombeldo's feelings about Viking funerals?
Bombeldo kind of Bombeldo? Noxus kind of
That's gonna happen a
Noxus,
bit.
yeah.
Handling his father.
Noxus stands up and kind of just goes, Look, as long as you save his coat, he'll be fine.
Just gonna turn my
Okay.
fan up a bit because I'm boiling.
Who wants to take the coat off Mombeldo?
Anthea will. Anthea's
Okay.
like got cleric levels and stuff, so kind of knows the basic gist of this.
And like Bombeldo, Noxus sits back down. His back is kind of leaning against like the post of the thing. Sorry about that. He kind of just sits back down, back up against the post that's sticking out of the crow's nest, and is gonna cast Silent Image.
Okay.
And just kind of get a picture of his dad up, and sit there for a little bit.
No worries. So what are you doing with Bombeldo's body? Just to be clear.
Anthea will put like blankets and stuff in one of the tenders and lower the boat down with Bombeldo's body in it, I think. And then like start going through like basic funeral rites and cast the spell Ceremony, which prevents a dead body from becoming undead, short of a wish spell.
Lovely.
And then does anybody want to say any words for Bombeldo?
I might as well. Out of all of us here, I was the first to meet him, aside from his son. He came off as a bit of a drag, literally, because he helped me take a dragon into town. That was good fun. And I pull out my dragon scale from my undies. And I go, this wasn't the dragon that we helped with, but it's the one that I'm going to remember him by, and I put it in the boat with him.
Okay, lovely. And you lower down the boat, and
Yeah.
I'm assuming, release it somehow from the ropes, and it slowly starts to float away. You said a Viking funeral?
Yeah, who has the best shot? Because I got a crossbow.
I've got fire bolts.
Just chucking
As
it
a
out there.
cantrip.
Boomer also has fireball, and he says, "I can still have a couple of slots left if you'd like me to." Actually, no, never mind. That might destroy it a bit too much.
I was just going to light my crossbow
I
tip.
think I've got this.
Firebolt.
I think I'll, step up next to Baraxiel and like put a hand on his shoulder so that like we can do it at the same time. And I'll firebolt as he shoots his crossbow. Pew. Pew.
Your shots both find their target, and slowly the boat catches fire as the sun begins to rise. So, lifeboat float away. And you hear Antom under his breath. That was the last lifeboat.
I thought there was two.
No, it's okay. The other one was burnt, remember?
I thought that's what we put in.
Nope, the other one wouldn't have floated.
Oh.
Maybe we just what about we stop at a port soon? This might be a no H&S risk.
Yeah, I think so. That's
Okay.
right. Let's all get some rest. And he heads up to his captain's quarters.
I'm glad you played non-sad music, because that would hit us all.
I was like, no, we don't need that right now. I think it's emotional
That
enough.
was all the end of last time.
Yep. Alrighty.
Jill's gonna putter off to bed.
Yep. you all make your way to bed, and
Oh wait, I was gonna do a little.
finally,
I was gonna do a little thing with Noxus first.
oh, go for it.
I just wanted to add it into the story. So,
Please be my guest.
as everybody watches the boat slowly fade away and burn and whatnot, I jump up to the crow's nest with Noxus, and I just kind of go, "How you feeling, pal?"
As Varixil does that, the silent image will kind of fade, so it just looks like Noxus is there, and there was like no image. I just go, yeah, I'm fine.
Did your dad leave anything cool behind?
I mean, that wasn't already mine, no?
Well,
You guys saved his coat, which I guess counts.
There's also his loot that's just sitting in the other room, the beds. Just saying.
I don't
No,
know.
he
what
had
we-
he had a pan flute, didn't he?
He also had a DOS loot.
Yeah, that we flavored into
A magical.
and
Did we? Oh, okay. Never mind. All good.
yeah, we spent like an extra 50 gold on it and turned
Yep.
it into a pan
No
flute.
worries.
That's the one that I grabbed.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
No, it's all good.
I don't have it on me, but do you know how to play any musical instruments?
Yeah, I was the one who was teaching Dad how to play the pan flute.
Is that the reason he got it?
Well, it was mine in the first place. He kind of kept it as a memento, and then remembered, oh yeah, my son could do magic with this, so I'll give it a go.
You know, he didn't make any direct mention to you, but sometimes he would look like he was speaking to you.
Yeah, well, he was also mildly insane, so that could have been what that was.
Now, do you sleep at all?
Yeah.
Well, once we clean up the living quarters, we'll put you in your dad's bed. How's that?
Yeah, alright. Okay, I'll be up here till then, I think.
All right. And then I scuttle down to the bed.
You clean up the living quarters, removing the blood-soaked sheets off of Eva's bed, and clearing that out. And you all head to bed. Finally getting a long rest.
Baby.
Bonk.
Love to see it.
And
What
when
a
you
long
awake-
day it's been.
Oh my lord! Right. Whew.
Long rest had. Lovely. Whew.
Now, yeah, you all awaken. It is, what time would it be? It's probably about midday. I'd say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
you-
legit.
Big
for
sleeping.
you to get a proper rest, yeah. It's midday now, and Tom wakes up and gets out of bed and immediately gets dressed and heads below deck.
Confirmed Anton sleeps naked.
Oh yeah. He heads below deck to the crate and opens it up
Oh, rip.
to find anything. You can
Is this just
can
like
tell
a
me you did
regular
something.
flask, right? Is this it looks like a normal flask?
It looks like a drinking flask. Yes. But I mean metal.
Yeah. because it says I have a flask, so could I have replaced it with just a normal one?
Yeah.
And then cast Magic Aura?
Whoa.
But
Whoa,
the thing
okay.
is, I wouldn't have been able to cast Magic Aura until I completed the long rest.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have had to do this like early in the morning.
Yeah, I can say that you like woke up a bit early and quickly hurried
Okay,
down and
great.
did it. Yep. Okay. All right.
So for the next 24 hours, it will
legit.
like if anyone casts detect magic or any senses like that, it will come up as magical. So at least that gives me 24 hours to figure out something to do.
To save your ass.
All right. You
Yep.
you do all that and you head back to bed.
Okay.
The rest of you all wake up and I'm guessing like have some breakfast. And Tom walks in and sits down.
Does he have the flask with him?
Not that you can see. He says,
Cool.
whoever it was, thank you. And he begins eating his breakfast.
Jill lets out a massive sigh of relief. Only now can she unclench.
Jill has just been stressed.
Oh my god, she's been losing it.
Nightmares for days.
She got
Yeah.
like a bad rest. She woke up every few minutes to be like,
Tom, I didn't take it.
no.
I think Anthea says this, and it's just like, Jill, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm glad when things sort themselves out.
Do you want to go for a walk outside, get some fresh air?
Oh, I'd love to. Yes. Oh, that sounds lovely.
Alright, so head out above deck.
Sweet. Okay, we head out onto deck. Can I just make sure that nobody can see us?
Yeah, go
Are you
ahead.
about to
Give me a
disappoint your
perception.
mother?
Give me a perception check.
Would
Oh,
Noxus
this is gonna
have
be
like? Would Noxus have been
Um,
grabbed to go downstairs to the normal bed, or would he just have passed out in the crow's nest?
It's up to Noxus.
No, I mean, I'd imagine Barrack Seal. Well, he said he was going to come and tell you when everything was
Yeah.
prepared. So,
Okay.
a 14 perception.
okay. You look around. It looks like you're all alone up here on the deck.
Glad
Please
you
don't
asked to
do
go for a
that.
walk because I am. What?
I said, please don't be mad. And then I use wrist pocket to make it like magically appear in my hand.
You see the
I didn't
the
actually
iron
put
flask.
the flask back.
Oh. Yeah.
I just
okay.
don't think.
Oh.
I just
Oh
look.
god.
I don't freak out. Don't freak out.
I'm not freaking out.
I,
Oh
I
god.
just don't-
Why did you take that?
I mean, I don't think whoever is paying for this to be transported secretly is trustworthy. This thing has like a powerful magical being inside it. Like this is a genie bottle, like in a flask.
Yep. That's why I'm kind of concerned why you're holding it right now.
I mean, I'm not going to open it. I mean, you can't open it. You need a magical word to open it.
Okay. Wait. Anton said it was back. So, what did you
I
put
cast a
like
different spell. Yeah, I put a spell on my normal drinking flask, just on like a regular old flask. I will put it back if you think that's best, but
Jill
I really
just starts
think
like
who
picking at her hair. It's been like, yeah,
I
that's
really
it's going
think
great.
starting to
It's
come
going great.
out.
This
Oh, it's gone great.
can't
Yeah.
be good people.
Sweetheart,
I'm just worried.
I love your tenacity. But
I don't know. Oh my goodness, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. What's your plan with it, maybe? What are you gonna do with it?
I mean, I wanted to figure out what was in it. First of all, but I don't. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. But once I figure out what it is, then then we can know whether we should try and destroy it, or if it's gonna grant the end of the world or something. Someone's paying 10,000 gold for this.
You look, okay, you raise a good point. What I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna say anything to Anton about this because you're a young girl, you're full of curiosity, you have only good intentions, and I love that about you, honey. I really, really do. In the meantime, while you're figuring this out, I'm gonna try and get an idea of maybe if I can figure out what Anton's plan is, if he knows who's hired him for this. Because, you can't assume the worst just because it's a powerful object. Maybe it's a powerful object for good. Maybe this is something that can power a whole city and, all that kind of stuff. We can't tear that away from people, so I'm going to let you continue with this. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I'm not a great liar, so if anyone asks me, I don't know what I'm going to do. But I won't say anything.
Okay, I'll put it back, but you have to promise that when we get into port,
Yep.
you make sure that this crate doesn't leave the ship without you knowing where it's going.
You have my axe, honey. I am going to do this for you.
Okay. I will Misty step straight downstairs so that nobody sees me go, and I'll replace the flask.
Okay.
And I'll put the real one back.
Jill, you just see Anthea disappear.
Fully disappear.
As the misty step goes up and there's that little mist that's left, Noxus will have just walked out to go get Bomveldo's coat and have been oh right, I'm not gonna ask about that one.
The scene that Noxus arrives to is Jill white knuckling the edge of the ship. Can I roll strength to see if I break the wood?
Yep, go for it. And there's just this slight misty residue from Anthea's misty step.
What's my modifier again? Fuck. Strength.
4.
So that is 22.
Jesus.
You are. You hear a
Fucking
slight
hell,
little
ripped.
kind of, and as you pull your hand away, you notice that you've made a dent in the railing with your hands.
I'm gonna turn and be like,
Jill is.
"Hi, Noxus. How was your sleep?"
About as good as you sleep after a traumatic event, but yeah. All right. Noxus kind of just slips Bomveldo's coat on, and then heads back in.
Gotcha.
Jill is going to get a drink.
Okay.
Can't do this. Oh. Why am I involved in so many schemes? It's my third one.
Oh dear.
Because you're trustworthy.
It's because I hang out with the youths.
The youths.
Hello, fellow kids.
Alrighty. No worries. So, where are you guys headed right now?
Moonshare.
Oh.
Are you wanting to head towards continue to the Moonshay, or are you heading back to the Stormy Refuge? Where do you just want to go?
Noxus would recommend just continuing.
I think
Yeah.
the closest port which
Yeah.
would also be considered as well.
Is Moonshay our closest port, or is there one closer?
You're coming up on the Moonshay Isles. It's not too far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I would agree then.
No worries. So, you continue sailing, and Tom is gonna head up above deck, and you see him standing up by the wheel, and looking behind the boat. He has his telescope out, looking through. Yeah. There's a few of you above deck, isn't there? He calls out, "We've got a storm coming."
Storm what?
Storm coming.
Looks to be right on our tail.
Well, hey, if we continue forward, we should be able to, get
Hoping we can
to the Moonshay Isle beforehand.
hoping we can make it. Yeah. He says calls out to Barrack Seal. Barrack Seal, it's time to open up the third sail. I think we need some extra speed.
Yes, boss.
He adjusts the wheel a bit, kind of corrects the course. You continue to travel for most of the afternoon. It's getting towards the evening, and Antom is starting to look more and more kind of nervous, constantly checking up ahead with his telescope. Should be able to see it by now. And he keeps looking behind at the storm that's starting to loom closer and closer. Who's good at climbing? Can someone go up in the crow's nest and look ahead and see if they can see the lighthouse?
Got it.
Better time than ever. How tall is the crow's nest, roughly? Like from ground?
It's a good question. It's probably about 40, 50 feet.
Perfect. I am going to use Incorporeal Walk and use my 40 feet of flying speed to just sort of float up there.
Yep. You float up and look out. Give me a perception check.
Fuck. Okay.
Everyone else, you're starting to notice the waves are starting to get a little bit
Hey,
higher.
21.
21. You look out ahead of the boat and can't see any light. It's very overcast. And
But
yeah,
do we see a house?
No, don't.
Oh, no light or house?
Oh,
It's
wow.
crazy.
Yeah, nothing so far.
And Tom is looking really distressed, like, oh man, these waters were coming up on quite dangerous during a storm. We don't have that lighthouse to guide us. It's going to be a suicide mission. Alright, keep looking.
Can I cast daylight on the front of the ship?
Yes, you can.
Would it be a history or a nature check to see if Noxus can do that Moana thing where he touches the water and sees if he knows where he's going?
I think you sit on the boat, isn't that what you do? You sit on the...
Yeah, you like sit on the boat, but then you like touch the water, and you're like, okay, that way.
You can try.
Awesome. Nature or history?
I'm gonna make it a nature check.
Survival.
No, yeah,
Lovely.
survival. It's way more of a survival
Oh,
check. What am I saying?
okie dokie.
Yes, Barrack,
oh,
so you
that's
can
better.
cast daylight on the front of the ship if you'd like to.
23. Nat 20.
23 Noxus. It's there's sorry, so it was a nat 20 with 3 on top of it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, well there's no nat 20s in checks, but you sit down on the boat and kind of hang on, how are you putting your hand in the water?
I would have like grabbed one of the ropes that are on the side of it that usually hold lifeboats.
Yeah, okay, you're reaching in, touching the water. You're like, what? It's cold.
It's suddenly warm.
Sun's there, so actually no, hang on, it's overcast. I can't see where the sun is. I don't know what direction we're going. You got no idea.
Awesome. Noxus like climbs back up and he's like, I don't know, I read it somewhere.
Barrack Seal, you cast daylight on the front of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And Anton, who was looking through his spyglass past the front of the
Oh
ship,
no!
you immediately see him go, oh! Oh! Oh, Jesus!
That's so unfortunate.
Oh. Oh, Christ, Barrack Seal. Oh, I can't see.
It's only one eye.
He tries to kind of peek through with the other eye. Oh, it's too bright. Can you dispel that? I can't see.
Did you just say dispel it? How do I?
You just like drop the spell.
Can I do that?
Yeah,
I
you
pressed
can.
use in.
You can stop doing the spell. Okay, so yeah.
I pressed use and I can't undo it.
Well, no, it still uses the spell slot.
Ah, good. Thought
Yeah,
so. Cool.
yeah. Okay. You're sailing. Hang on, we need some more stormy seas kind of music.
Play Pirates of the
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, get that Pirates of the Caribbean song going.
We all thought of it.
We get DMCA'd instantly.
Yeah, no, I can't play that.
There's got to be songs like it.
Yeah, hang on.
Royalty free.
Hang on, let me pull up.
Sailors of
Play some
the
10-year-old version.
Pacific,
A 10-year-old playing it on a recorder.
Hang on, seas and ocean ambience. See if this playlist has anything in it that's like.
The weathermen
Ship
come to
and
bring us sugar and tea and rum.
It's annoying because I want one that has music as well. Here we go. Come on. Surely.
I feel like at this point Noxus would have just started like playing sea shanties on his pan flute.
Probably.
Iconic.
I can't hear anything. Video.
Yeah,
Is
no.
that- why is that not working?
Oh.
Oh, hang on. Why is it trying to... Oh, I could hear it now.
Oh wow. I
Oh,
feel like
no.
the 20th Century Fox thingy.
Never mind. I was worried for a second that they couldn't hear you that entire time. They could. It's okay.
Oh, excellent.
Here we go. So this is going to be Storms, but it's got no music.
Spooky.
Alrighty. That's better. And Tom is now starting to shout a bit more, kind of over the high seas. I think something must be wrong. We should definitely be able to see the lighthouse by now. I think we're gonna need to drop anchor and go ahead. Oh. We don't have a lifeboat. Shit. Oh dear.
Oh.
As
Can't believe
this
we
is
use up all
happening,
our lifeboats in funerals.
you hear a very loud crunch as the ship jolts to the left, and you're all knocked off your feet as the ship hits a large rock pointing out. Let's see. Okay. Christ!
Okay,
A rock.
in theory, do you think Noxus could, like, pass Tiny Hut, but instead of Tiny Hut, it's like a really small ship?
Oh, you're
You passed it upside down, a floating dome.
You're stretching the limits of Liam's tiny hut there. I don't know. You
Just
can't.
theoretically.
You can't move tiny hut though. That's the only thing.
Well, it'd float.
Yeah, but you're not gonna go anywhere.
We have oars.
Yeah, but the hut doesn't move. You just stay there.
Okay, never mind then.
And
I was gonna
Tom
say, if that's the case, I'm gonna change my spells real quick.
and Tom says, "Someone get to the front of the ship, and I need you to guide me." And you can see him battling with the wheel now, trying to steer the ship. Who's going to the front of the ship? Tarduk, maybe?
Jill. Oh,
Okay,
Tarduk, go, Tarduk, you can swim!
I'm on my way.
Oh, Ocean Man.
Alright, Tarduk, what are you doing?
Ocean man, take it by the hand, lead me to the land.
No, play the Bondi Rescue.
We
Team
play
song.
Ocean Man.
No,
This can be our new Papa Loves Mumbo.
we can't. Yeah, that was before we were streaming.
Noxus
Oh,
not playing
yeah.
Ocean Man.
Alright, Tarduk,
I'm just gonna play it for myself.
What do you need me to do?
you're heading to the front of the ship?
Yes.
Yep. Can you give me a perception check?
Where's my best?
What do you see, Tarduk?
What do your allies see?
And you're like, there's rain coming in at like an angle like this, hitting you in the face. You're like perched up on the front of the ship.
It's a 7.
You look around and can't see anything. You're struggling to hold your eyes open with the rain. And then at the very last minute, out of the kind of mist of rain, you can see a big rock on the left.
And Tom. Fuck. Sorry, someone knocked on my door. Never mind. And Tom, we're about to hit something.
Which side?
Fuck, which side is that? Starboard.
He goes like,
Boom! It's too late, and you hit that rock as well. Oh shit! Someone get below deck. Check for leaks.
Okay, that Jill will do that. Jill's gonna trot downstairs.
And he steers to the right as you kind of go scrape along this rock a bit. You continue on. Give me another perception check, Tarduk.
Put my dice back in the bag for some reason.
Too late!
2.
What's your perception? What's your perception modifier?
0.
You can't see shit!
Oh,
That's okay.
sorry,
That's
sorry.
alright.
Sorry, I was looking.
Wisdom, though,
Wait. I was looking at persuasion. It's 7.
Oh,
7. Okay.
So 9.
Okay. That's a bit better. You see it a little bit earlier this time. You see a rock dead ahead.
And Tom, steer, either way.
He starts steering to the left. And you
Pause.
just narrowly avoid. It scrapes a tiny bit, but not nearly as bad. Give me another perception check. Who's heading below deck?
Jill
It
was.
Jill.
Jill?
I'm jiffing these sails as best as I can.
Did you say 21?
Nat 1.
Oh god. Oh. Okay, we'll get to that in a sec. Jill, you start to head below deck, and immediately
Gonna drink all the water.
your feet step into water. It's about this deep.
Strength check. Do it now.
Okay. Can I see where the water's coming from?
You can hear coming from over the left side of the boat towards the front. You can hear some water moving. You head down to the front and you can see some large cracks where the hull's taken some damage. There's some supplies lying around for just this to patch up holes.
Okay. Cool. With my massive strength, I am going to single-handedly seal the crack in the bow.
Great. All right, give me a strength check. Tarduk, you see a rock, a big mound of several rocks on the right of the ship.
Steer left, and Tom.
Port side.
And Tom steers. With your nat 1, you realise, shit, no, it was on the left.
You bastard.
Crash into the rock.
Can
Jill,
Tarduk fall off the crow's nest and go straight through all the decks of the ship?
Tarduk's not on the crow's nest. Tarduk's like on the front of the boat.
Oh, I thought I was on the crow's nest. Oh.
No.
I mean, we can say you're on the crow's nest if you want. Jill, you're below deck, and right where you what was your strength check?
It was 11.
11. You're hammering on some boards, and then you're like, oh, I think it's good. I think it's gonna. You get knocked back into the now. The water's now about this deep below deck, and there's now a bigger crack.
I start drinking the water in earnest now. Jesus.
What's everyone else doing? Anthea, Noxus, Baraxil.
Golly gee.
I'm
One of you's
jiffing
can
the
head.
sails.
Yep. You keeping the ropes tight.
Exactly. Yep.
Yep. Good call.
Wait, how high did you say the water was?
It's getting about
Ankle
here.
deep.
How tall am I?
You're
2'2".
2'2", right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. No worries.
Yeah, I'll head downstairs and help Jill.
Okay.
Noxus is gonna start
The
tying
moment I
people's
see
lifelines.
Anthea come down, I'm just like, go back upstairs! I've got this!
So-
I don't got this.
Anthea, you get down, you walk downstairs, and instantly your feet are wet, and you're like, oh no. There's water leaking in. Jill doesn't look like she's got this.
Is this on the same level of the ship as the crate?
It is.
Oh no. Okay.
I'm
I'm going for the crate. I'm sorry, I can't help myself.
okay.
Jill's just like, save
I don't
yourself!
want to. I don't. If it washes overboard, then we're really fucked.
Well, this is
So,
below deck. It's gonna be pretty difficult, but
if it floods and there's like a hole in the ship.
yeah, no worries. Noxus, you said you were tying people lifelines?
Yep.
So are you running up to people, tying a rope around their waist and tying it to the deck somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like to the closest point that is not going to break.
Good call. Alright, Tarduk, give me another perception check.
What number is it? Oh. 13.
13. Alright. You see a rock. This time it is on the left.
And Tom, steer to the right.
Right! And he steers. And you avoid it pretty easily. Jill, give me a strength check for repairing the next new.
I
Well,
cast
me.
guidance on Jill.
Yep.
I guess.
Go ahead.
What's
Okay.
guidance do?
I'm glad we're not
Actually,
paying
that's
for
the wrong
sales.
dice. 1 second, sorry.
You get an extra D4 to your check.
D4, that's crazy.
Oh yeah. Can I bardic inspiration?
Oh,
Jill?
fuck yeah. In that case, that's a dirty 20.
Awesome. Jill,
Oh, then plus my modifier. That's 23, baby.
you're holding like 2 boards up at once.
And I'm nailing it with my head.
My bardic inspiration is a D8, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Lordy. So Jill's down there holding this board, like 2 boards at once. Whack, whack, whack. Just going ham. Anthea, like, this is like a little bit scary to see.
Am I taking any damage from this, or am I just I'm in it?
Are you...
Psychic.
Would Jill be
damage.
raging right now? Do you think? Or not yet? We're not,
Not
at that
yet,
yet?
no.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna roll a couple of dice to see.
It's more panic than rage at this point.
No, you're good. You're good at the moment. You're not taking any
Excellent.
damage. Just like your
Do you
forehead's
get the
getting
sense that this is like a natural storm.
really red. What'd you say?
Is this a natural storm, or is this like unnatural?
I'll let you make a check if you want.
Yeah.
Give me
What check am I making?
an Arcana check with advantage for reasons,
Ooh.
which I'm sure you could imagine.
Okay, +2.
Or is Anthea a storm cleric?
She is.
Say that.
21.
I didn't say that. 21.
Yeah.
This storm does feel to be natural. Tarduk, can you give me another perception check?
Unnatural 20.
Oh, awesome! You see a large rock to the right.
Anton, left.
Left, and he steers. Baraxiel, can you give me a sleight of hand check?
Ooh, can I ever? Where is it? Okay, oh, it's zero modifier on that. 11.
11. You're pulling down these ropes,
Actually,
retying knots.
I have 4 bardic inspiration. Can I give it to everyone when I tied their lifeline?
Or I mean, you'd be giving it to yourself, right? Or do you just want it?
No.
Oh, okay.
To
Yeah.
Anthea, Baraxiel, Tarduk.
Yeah,
and
I'll
Jill.
say you can do that. So they get to
Okay,
use
awesome.
that at some point when they want to.
Yep, that's 1d8.
Tarduk, you feel this ghostly presence behind you as a rope is tied to your waist, and then to the railing of the ship just beside you.
What the hell?
The rest of you feel the same. Jill, you get a rope tied around your waist, and then to one of the what do you call it? A post below deck. A wooden
Stuck
support
downstairs,
beam.
drowned.
Same for you, Anthea. Baraxiel, you feel a rope tied around, and then to the side railing of the ship. Jill,
Yes.
This lasts 10 minutes.
you've
by the way.
successfully patched up the holes for now. There's no new water leaking in.
Fuck yeah.
Water is still about this deep below deck.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Can I see any buckets down here?
You can
Awesome.
you can see some wooden pails.
Okay. Do they are they the ones with handles, like
Yeah.
the round handles? Okay. How many buckets are there?
There's about 5.
Excellent. I'm going to lay like 2 on each arm, like through the rings,
Yep.
and then hold one in my teeth, and just go
Jesus.
through.
All right, give me a strength check for Jill to do that.
Oh, if this doesn't work, I'm gonna lose it. I'm quitting.
I need to find where's that gif of the person holding the two buckets running through the like marsh.
Babe, that's a nat 20, so that's 23.
Oh,
Jesus.
shit. Jill is like shoop, shoop. Ah! And you go like running across the below deck and just scrape across the ground.
Actually, like Naruto style running, because I'm like straight in the water.
And you scoop up as much water as you can, and I'm assuming you go running upstairs.
Yeah. Now I'm going to throw an idea at you. I think because I've gathered all this momentum, my initial idea is that I'm going to get to the top. I'm going to empty the buckets. But I think as I'm stopping, the power of me trying to empty these buckets, do I just throw the buckets into the ocean?
We'll see about that. Hey, Noxus, how long were the ropes that you were using?
They.
I'd assume you had a 50-foot rope, maybe?
Math. Let me do some math. Yeah, that one. 12 and a half feet each.
Okay. Jill, you scoop up water with these buckets, and you're like, oh, they're like all full. Awesome, here we go. And you go to start running upstairs. And you get halfway across the below deck.
I'm like a kid on a leash.
And it's just like, as it pulls tight at your waist.
Oh god.
And you drop all the buckets. Do you want to untie yourself?
I'm going to untie myself and try again.
Bad idea.
See, I would argue with my nat 20, I would break the rope. Just sheer power. But you know what? I won't argue for that.
Look, it's funnier
I'll try
though.
again. It is.
Your failure is funny.
Alright, give me another strength check.
That would be what's that? It's 21.
21, awesome. You once again untied the rope now. Get the buckets on. Scoop up the water, and you go running upstairs. And you just you heave and splash the water all off the side.
God,
Tarduk, perception check, please.
10.
10. There's a rock coming. I'm gonna make it 50-50 for you. on whether you get it in time. Hang on. It's a coin. Alright, we'll just do a D4 and do odds and evens. Alright, what do you want to pick? Odds and odds or evens?
Evens.
Even Steven, baby. Shia LaBeouf.
That's a 3.
Oh.
You unfortunately don't see in time the rock coming on the right. And you're like... and then... it's not in time, and... boat rams into this...
Is this where we learned that Tarduk left his prescription at home? Like his boss.
Oh, man. Jill, you begin to go running downstairs to bail more water, and then you hear it again. Water again flowing. Fuck!
She's gonna run down again.
Yep. You go and you start nailing another board to patch up the hole.
Yep.
Anthea, what were you doing exactly with the crate? Were you like just hopping on top of it to keep it? Or were you opening it up, taking out the flask?
At this stage, I'm just going to make sure that it doesn't break or wash away.
Okay. Yep. Fair.
And then if it does, then I'll resolve it then.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see how we go.
Yeah.
No worries. All right. Barrack Seal, can you give me a sleight of hand check?
10.
10. Just enough. Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
One of the you see one of the the sail lines on the left side of the boat, like starting to come loose just from the force of the wind on this sail, and it looks like the knot is like just starting to come undone, and you quickly make it to the other side as it comes loose, and you're able to grab it, pull it back down, and tie it up.
Get over here.
Tarduk, can you give me another perception check, please?
13.
13. You're dead ahead in front of the boat.
Either way, steer and Tom, either way.
He pulls and steers, and as he manages to steer in time, you see, just for a moment through the thick mist of the water, a flash of a large white structure.
Do you see that, Tom?
He's... What?
Actually,
no, he doesn't reply. You're like, did you see that, Ant?
You see this shit?
With the urgency of someone who just saw a pretty flower. Did you see that?
I know, I was expecting a bit more of a reaction from that.
That is a nice boulder.
Dude, I can't shout.
I love Tarduk.
There are thin walls.
You can fake shout. Stage shout.
No, this is so in character for me. This is my idea of Tarduk right here.
Whisper shout.
Well,
Oh my
I
god.
said it, so...
Okay.
Did you see that?
That's it! The lighthouse! And he pulls and steers hard right to try and turn the ship around in a bit of a circle. Alright.
Is Tokyo drifting the ship?
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh,
How's that affecting us below deck?
He
His
calls
Tokyo
out.
drifting.
Good point. You're kind of like already a little bit kind of uneasy on your
Wobbly.
feet just because of how high the waves are, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah, you ever been on those G-Force rides at at the Melbourne show?
Yes.
Well, you're pressed against the wall.
you get thrown against the side wall, and you're like, you still like got a board, and you're like trying to hammer.
Oh my god.
Barrack Seal, you go, and luckily your line is tied, and you it goes
Grips me in half.
taut, and you manage to stay on deck.
glad I got rid of that dragon scale.
Anton calls out to you, Barrack Seal. Get ready to drop the anchor! As he's turning it around, you're catching brief glimpses of it through this harsh storm. The rain's coming down, and you can kind of just see off as you're turning around what looks to be the lighthouse and the island. And Anton calls out, "Ready? Now!"
Yeet.
Drop the anchor. Shing, 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 the chain goes running down, and the ship continues to move towards the lighthouse, and then all of a sudden, and it kind of starts to veer a bit, and you've successfully dropped anchor. And Tom comes down from the wheel. All right. Someone's gonna have to get to the island and check out what's going on.
How far away
We
from the
don't have
island are
any
we?
boats.
At this point, you are about, I'd say, 50 feet from the island.
Fuck.
Good night,
Not within Misty Step distance, I'm afraid. Sorry.
Yeah, not
Oh,
within my
please,
flight distance either,
Oh.
but also I've already used that.
Bugger.
It's almost
Harrison
like he
can-
planned it like this.
Can Turtle swim?
Can they? Let's have a look.
I feel like everything should be able to swim, but
Yeah, it's
Except
just
like
in these
fire.
rough conditions.
Well, I mean-
I would die.
Perfect world.
I'm already way down with the weight of my
I
wings.
believe the way swimming works is everyone's is like half their walking speed.
Yeah.
unless you've got an actual
Yeah.
swimming speed.
Wait.
Yeah.
Noxus
And anyone in
isn't
heavy
wearing...
armor automatically sinks.
Noxus isn't wearing heavy armor.
What
and
if
he's
your
like
heavy armor is
kind of
natural?
light already. Can Noxus be like, Jill, throw me?
Well, if he learned how to swim
Ah.
from his dad, I wouldn't trust him.
Hold on.
Okay.
Brutal.
Well, I mean, you can, Tarduk, you can hold your breath for an hour. So there's that. I'd imagine that'd help
Neat.
quite a bit
I could do a minute 30.
Yeah.
with the swimming.
Well, I don't think my armor would make a difference because my
don't
shell
forget-
and shells are naturally buoyant.
You don't
You're
have
a-
armor.
You're also a druid.
know. Yeah.
Means you have wild
Oh,
shape,
yes.
which you can use twice per short
Turn
rest,
into a normal turtle.
and just turn into it like a fish.
Killer size. Turtle.
Do you have swimming creatures at level 6 though? As a druid?
I don't know.
Seagull.
Because they give you
At level,
your beast shapes. Your beast shapes have certain abilities.
yes, okay. So, second level, you have no flying or swimming speed, but fourth level, you just have no flying speed, so you can choose things with a swim speed.
Excellent.
You love to say it.
So, yes.
I will become a
regular
fish. A regular turtle. You saying I'm not normal, Jay?
Yes.
Exactly what we're saying.
I like to think
Alrighty.
that as Tarduk is standing at the front of the ship, he's just like, I will become a fish. And he just disappears.
I put my hands out and I pull.
Does Noxus
It's
see
like-
this and just go,
Oh my
Wow.
lord. It's like it's full on storm at this point. You can barely hear Tarduk just go, I become a fish. And having never seen him use this ability ever, you just see shrinks down.
What kind of fish are you? Matt, what kind of fish are you?
I'm a trout.
Alrighty, lovely. He shrinks down to the size of a trout and bloop, drops into the water. What's everyone's reaction?
Amazing.
Tarduk
Noxus
thinks
is
he's
just-
not wait, Tarduk. Jill thinks he's dead.
No!
She's like, Tarduk, no!
Noxus just kind of
Lord.
goes, I have only met druids. None of them have done that. What?
God.
Oh, that was unexpected.
Oh no, Noxus goes, Tarduk's a druid? Having never seen him wild shape, he just kind of thought he was like a wizard or a sorcerer or something.
I thought he was a dude. Just a guy.
Just some
turtle.
guy.
Alrighty. Tarduk, you begin to swim under the water. It's immediately you notice as you drop down into the water. It's so much quieter. You can hear.
I've
I
been playing
immediately
Ocean Man
noticed that I
myself
probably
the whole
should have
time
picked
as
the
well.
saltwater fish.
What'd you say? Hang on, let me check. Let me check what a.
I just googled
I'm
it.
pretty sure a
Tarduk
trout is a
instantly
freshwater.
dies.
What
Oh
happens
dear.
to freshwater fish in salt water?
Starts to suffocate.
He just dissolves.
Like one of those little seltzer tablets.
If it's
in the
only
water.
50 feet, maybe I could just make it.
Just. You're on death saves by the time you're on shore.
Uh,
I swear, if I die because of this.
what happens to a freshwater fish when it's put in salt water?
Come on, don't be shy, share the class.
The first
So-
answer is it would die pretty quickly and traumatically.
Oh!
That's so specific. Like, chemically speaking, the water and salt want to always be at the same ratio inside the fish and outside the fish. That's bad for the fish though, because the fish needs a different salt and water requirement than its surroundings. Oh man, if you put a freshwater fish in salt water, its body would keep working to keep the salt in and the water out.
Basically, his
Yeah.
gills start
So
burning. It's just like,
basically,
oh no.
basically you get very sick and dehydrated really quickly and die. I'm gonna say you're only swimming 50 feet to the island.
Yeah. Can we not kill off Tarduk because of this?
Imagine that 2 sessions in a row, dead PC. You begin swimming under the water, and you're noticeably straight away like like swimming through the water, like fuck, what the hell? This is awful. You're just thinking, is this what it's like for fish all the time? And you eventually start to see some ground rising up out of the water. And you eventually
just start flopping on shore. Because you've never done this before.
you make it to a very shallow part. Looks to be a small kind of beach. What are you doing?
I'm going to change back now that I can stand.
Oh, yeah. Like Jesus.
Oh, you know, would it fucking funny if I died as a fish, but I stayed? Do I stay as a fish if that would happen?
No,
Yeah.
you would turn. No, you'd turn back.
Oh, okay, never mind. I was going to say that we could have like
Or just
an
see.
epilogue.
Or just see
An
Tarduk's
epilogue
body
with-
float up out of the water.
We bring Justice back for an epilogue, and they catch me, thinking I'm just a normal fish.
Oh my God.
No. All right, you emerge on this beach and immediately notice there it is, the lighthouse. The light is out. There is no light. You can see what looks to be a set of stairs leading up. Oh, sorry. Let's bring back the storm sounds.
Also,
Please,
do
yeah.
we
Out
have
of the water
a
again.
visual of this at all?
We do. It's not great. I'm just going to describe it.
Okay.
A little bit, yeah. There is a. I can. Hang on. There's like a picture I can show.
Because I've got round the twist in my head.
Yeah.
That's
Have you ever?
that's just a lighthouse.
Yeah, this is a bit more like a little bit more run down than that.
Ah, okay.
How can I? Is this gonna work? Hang on, let me make it smaller, and we'll put it over Mel's face real quick. Is this gonna work?
Else, becoming his true form.
Oh, lighthouse!
Lighthouse Mel.
Oh wow, yeah.
Help!
proper-
I am a lighthouse.
I've turned into a lighthouse.
Help me.
Now, not now.
Okay, yeah, it's a pretty sexy lighthouse, not gonna lie.
Alrighty.
Very rugged.
Yeah, you're currently on a beach. It's quite a rocky incline up to the main plateau where the lighthouse sits. One thing you do notice as well is there is a small, what's the word for it? A sloop on this beach.
What's a
What is a
sloop?
sloop?
A small, like, 1-2 person boat.
So looping these.
A dinghy.
Hmm.
Do you want to give me an investigation check, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just use
Right.
Google, thank you.
I only know what it's called because of Sea of Thieves.
I got 10.
It's the thing that... Yeah, gotcha.
A 10.
Yes.
Okay, with a 10,
Got you.
you can see... I'll send this to you quickly.
All the reference pictures are like the boats you see in bloody Avatar the Airbender.
That's what you see. And everyone else, What's the plan? You're on the ship. You've just seen Tarduk go. I will become a fish. Oop. Drop into the water. What the fuck?
I'm gonna start getting the water at the bottom.
And Tom's like, where did Tom?
I'm gonna turn to
yeah, let's
Noxus
keep
and be
bailing out
like,
the water.
yeah, I'm gonna like to Noxus like, do you still want me to throw you?
in a hand.
And before Noxus says anything, it just goes and starts cutting people's lifelines. So that they're not like still tied to the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Fair
Tarduk like shrinked and slipped out of his.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Noxus, in your character thing it says, unlike other ghosts, you are able to hover off the ground, but you still count as touching it. But in water, you sink into the water, but are able to swim.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
So, if you want to do your incorporeal walk...
I already.
Oh, you've already used that.
Dawn.
Alright, look, if Jill does a strong enough strength check, we'll give this a go. Alright, the rest of you are bailing out water.
I've only rolled absolute bangers this whole time, so you're in good hands.
Nat 1.
Boy, fucking watch yourself.
Can I get the help action?
Nat 20.
Hey!
Yeah.
Hey, wait.
I love
okay.
this die. This is a christening of a new die. I feel very good about
Yeah, no, you go for that, actually. I'm not gonna try and ruin this.
it. It's a 23 because of my modifier.
Alright, you lift up Noxus. It's weird, because he's kind of...
Do I have to do another roll for aim?
Now you do. now you said that.
Can I also add bardic inspiration to that?
Oh yeah.
Can I
got my
acrobatics to like help that?
Yeah, I'll say...
Okay.
Yeah.
What am I rolling?
Give me like a sleight of hand with advantage. Because
23, baby.
Noxus is helping. Oh, yeah.
Oh, what a darling. Darling, baby.
As you lift up Noxus, it's kind of like grabbing a marshmallow. It's
so tiny.
It's weirdly like, the first little bit is, you worry that your hands are going to go right through him. And then there's something corporeal and you're able to lift him up.
Okay.
What'd you roll?
No, it's actually pretty good.
Okay.
So with advantage, I rolled a 12, and you plus my modifier is 14, then plus 7 for the bardic inspiration. We're at 21, baby. I shoot this child out of a ship with pinpoint accuracy.
Alright, just describe to me how you're throwing Noxus.
I'm thinking, you know, like how, like, when people have a baby, sometimes they'll hold the baby, like, just in their palm and just go like that?
Ah,
Have
yes.
you seen that before?
Okay.
I've seen people do that. Like, the baby's thumb is in their hand.
Not personally,
and they just
but
lift the baby.
alright. Okay. And you just...
And that's what I'm doing.
like
and
that.
Shot put style. Yeah.
Alright.
Boom.
Tarduk, you're just kind of starting to get up. You've seen this small ship, and then you hear... And then there's a soft kind of floaty thud as Noxus lands in the wet sand next to you.
Oh, I was gonna say it'd be funny if you went into my shell. He just splats on my shell.
On your shell.
Yeah.
Whack.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Everyone else has successfully, with all of yous working together, you're able to bail out the rest of the water out from below deck.
Noxus just kind of went, hey.
The crate.
Tadok's like, I am no longer a fish.
The crate is safe. Nampia.
Yeah, okay.
How do the rest of you want to get across there?
Good question.
Jill throws everyone else.
I will throw everyone individually and then steer the ship in myself. Girl boss.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, how are we gonna do this? I'm happy to throw people if they want me to. Can you imagine if I fucking threw a regular sized person? Imagine if I threw Baraxiel?
I'd be a paper plane.
I mean, Baraxiel's also got wings.
That is true.
Can jump high in the air and glide.
Yeah.
But it's not 50 feet.
Oh my god. Jill gets up into the crow's nest. Baraxiel jumps. Jill drop kicks him. And Jill sees how far he can go.
I will say, you can swim.
That was completely a joke, by the way.
You can swim there. It'll be difficult, but you can, if you need to.
Jill's gonna turn around from punting this child onto an island. And it's gonna go, anyone take us for the Jill Express? And then, if no one else wants me to throw them, I'll start swimming.
Hang on, real quick.
What are you gonna do?
I'm just checking.
Jill, it turns out you violated some obscure rule.
Convention.
Yeah, and your character is now going to die.
Being put to death.
Now, I'm gonna give you a chance to make a decision here.
Oh god.
Boomer, staying here, coming with you.
Oh.
Throw him in the brig.
We haven't seen him for a while, have we?
Throw him in the what? What's he done?
He was an accomplice in a murder.
He was charmed.
I think we should get Boomer because otherwise we just leave him on the ship. If any more damage happens to the ship, I don't want him to get hurt.
Fair call.
Or blamed.
So Graves
Yeah.
is coming as well then? Graves and Anton?
Yes. I'm assuming we're getting everyone off the ship just to like hang 10 in the lighthouse until the storm comes down.
Yeah, okay.
So, wait, did we agree that we repaired the ship?
Yes, you fixed the hole.
Okay, cool.
Well, someone
Yeah.
did.
Man, Jill, the absolute girl boss.
Just wait till she starts gatekeeping. It's over for you bitches.
Oh, no. Boomer comes out and says, I can cast haste on a few people, which will allow them to swim faster.
Oh, please.
Hang on, let me just check if it's concentration or not.
Yeah, I'm not getting checked by
Definitely is.
Jill.
Fuck, it is.
Definitely is.
I can do it on one at a time.
Hey.
I've got.
If you're happy to do that, we're happy to. Let's do that.
I can do it on 3. Maybe the bird guy could fly me halfway over, and then I could swim the rest of the way.
I mean, I don't... yeah, okay, whatever.
You can do it high.
Loving the
You
crow's nest
canonically
idea.
cannot
You can do a
swim.
high jump.
Well, I had 2 issues with that.
Fly.
One, I know I can... So I was kind of like, well, I don't fly. The other thing is, I don't trust my swimming.
Okay.
Because of my wings.
Fair. That's fair.
Doggy. I can throw you if you don't get wet. Don't be scared, big boy.
If here's what I'll allow. Jill can throw you. You hold your wings like wrapped up until
Like
you're
Batman.
like partway
Oh,
across,
like that.
and then woof, and you
glide the rest.
the rest of the 30 feet there.
Right,
So
so,
he'll like
really...
Bakugan it. It'll be a ball, and then
A
just
Bakugan paper plane.
So you want to do that?
Yeah, alright, let's go.
Okay.
Keen.
Fuck and rumble, boys.
Let's go.
Okay, this time the method is like a Patrick Swayze lift, but backwards. So like I'm gonna throw him over my head like that,
Gotcha.
so everyone's
You're
aware.
gonna javelin him.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
What's that? That's okay.
Core strength to the max. I'm
I'll
gonna
cast guidance on you as well, so that's an extra d4.
I'm gonna constant plank this.
That's my
Nova,
default.
I just sent you what Noxus sees as well, at the
Oh,
over there.
excellent. So that was a dirty 20 for strength, and then I think it was a 13 for aim. So
You throw Baraxiel like a javelin. And Baraxiel is holding wings wrapped up tight, kind of head first. And then partway across, majestically opens his wings and glides down onto the beach.
Jill's watching as he unfurls the wings, just goes to herself, more than anyone else, just,
Isn't nature so beautiful?
And this is what you see, Ryan.
it's just Tarduk standing on the beach.
You see a ship. You see the ship,
Come
and
to
you
daddy.
see that. All right,
That's
who's
the sloop.
yeah? That's what's yeah.
Oh yeah, the sloop. Okay, I'm just dumb.
And all right, we got Anthea, Jill, Antom, and Boomer left.
Boomer.
Oh, and he can perform haste on all
Graves?
three of us? Oh, and,
And
Graves.
Graves. Yes, thank you.
I'm more than happy for him.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
All right. I'm ready.
Can I get Graves to roll for how slimy he is? Just how much of a grip
Oh,
I
it's a
can get on
solid.
him?
He's a solid 12 on the slimy scale there.
Tarduk thinks it would be funny if we could turn Graves into a trout as well and throw him in the water.
Oh, God. He wants to
Unless
keep
any of
Graves
you
as a
have
pet.
polymorph.
Oh
That's
my
like a
God.
9th level spell.
That's
No,
a fourth
you're thinking
level
of
spell.
true polymorph.
Close enough.
That's a bit more intense.
So,
I'm just a
So what'd you roll for
I'll
Graves?
cast guidance again.
Oh, okay.
Graves got a 22 strength throw, but he only got a 4 for aim.
Ooh.
Oh, you
Alright.
use guidance on the amp. Use
Straight in
guidance
the
on the
side of
amp.
light.
Therefore.
Straight in the side of the lighthouse,
Oh,
please.
yeah, shit.
Hurt him.
Take it back, it's a 5.
Yes, even
Awesome.
worse.
With my guidance.
Awesome. Alrighty. There's a you throw Graves and immediately you can hear "Ah!" as this fuck, what is he is again? A gnome. This gnome flies through the air. Tarduk, Noxus, and Baraxil, you see him fly overhead, and you know how I said there was like a slight kind of beach landing, not huge, and then some steps up, and it's like it's a bit of a kind of rock face to the kind of plateau. Yeah, he slams into this rock face.
Oh no.
This is Baraxiel.
Killing him
Oh my
instantly.
His head just on the rock.
All right, Graves.
Like a balloon.
Graves takes
Roll a
15
d20.
15 damage, bludgeoning damage from smacking into the side. As you hear, it's like that comical kind of like slide down the wall and he collapses.
Is he unconscious?
He's got a concussion.
Jesus Christ.
Jill's yelling from the boat. She's like, I'm so sorry.
He kind of just hears it. And he waves to show he's alright.
Oh, okay, he's alive.
Can I just cast Cure Wounds on him to make him not look like he's that hurt?
Yeah, waste your spell slot. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, okay, go for it.
Equal to. What the hell's my spell casting modifier? Oh, 2.
Go to
Interesting.
spells.
Yep, never noticed that before. He gets 7.
Okay. Alright. Cool. Alrighty. Who's up next? Antom. Boomer is gonna cast haste on Antom.
God, an elephant swimming, that's so funny.
Alright. Elephants are decent at swimming.
Yeah, no,
I
they're
didn't
amazing.
say they were bad, I said it was
Oh,
funny.
okay. And
Have you seen an elephant swim?
you kind of notice Antom how do I describe this? Looks like he's moving like twice his regular speed. Like someone's put fast forward on him. He's kind of like, oh
It's like,
wow.
it's like when Roadrunner runs and his leg just becomes one big circle.
Yeah. And he walks up to the side of the boat, but it looks like it. It looks pretty fast. Steps up and dives off into the water and begins swimming across to the island. Let's see how he goes. Yeah, he's fine. He's swimming. It doesn't look like a solid kind of stroke. It's just a bit of a kind of floundering, but he's doing it very fast, and he makes it over onto the beach. And Boomer drops the haste. Boomer says, "Do you want to go next, Jill?"
Sure, happy to.
He holds his hand out and he casts haste on you as well, and you feel like you can immediately move twice your speed.
Excellent. She's going to limber up for a second. It's been a while since she's, done any sort of swimming, and she's just going to race up and does a petite little dive
Wasn't
into the
she
water.
very proficient in water sports?
Of course, it comes to fruition!
Good callback.
Oh,
Good callback, Noxus.
Oh
Well
my
done.
god. Insane. Yes. Well done. Yeah, I'm
Jill-
excellent. I'm the best swimmer there's ever
Oh
been.
man.
Backstrokes the entire way.
Butterfly stroke.
Butterfly
Okay.
the entire
Yeah.
way.
Jill climbs up on the front of the stern of the boat.
Professional diver.
the flip.
Dives off, does a flip and a spin, and
The
it's
sound
just
of me dropping into the water. Yeah.
doink. There's no
No splash.
No splash.
Oh,
Oh, it's amazing.
hands across the board.
It's like that scene from Fantastic Mr. Fogg.
Yes.
She's swimming. You're looking, going, what the hell is she? And when you see her finally surface, she's already halfway to the island. She's been underwater, swimming and she finally resurfaces, and
Emerges.
she is just
And it's throwing the hair.
Oh.
She's doing like the Baywalk. What's it called?
she walks up on the beach,
Baywatch.
Baywatch slow motion.
Yeah. But like I'm actually just doing the slow motion.
Except it's normal speed because you got haste on you. So so you think you're like overacting, moving really slow, and everyone else just sees you walking up.
Oh god.
On a nice
Alrighty.
little stroll.
Alright, it's Boomer and Anthea left on the ship.
Anthea canonically cannot swim.
Oh, we
yeah.
should do
This
that
is-
first.
This is gonna be difficult, Boomer says.
How tall is the mast?
The mast is 40 feet tall.
So if I had like a 30-foot rope, I could get 30 feet.
Tarzan.
Oh, you can't
Ow.
take anyone else with you with Misty Step, can you?
Nah.
The little boat that's on the beach. You said that's enough for 2 people?
Mm-hmm.
Could one of us row it over and go collect Anthea?
You could do that. Alright,
I'll offer
who's-
if she doesn't want Tarzan swing her way over.
Jill, do you want to do that?
Yeah, I'm happy to. I've
Alright.
literally just gotten there and I'm going back.
You're give me a. Actually, no, you don't have to give me a strength check. You start
I'm so
pushing.
fucking good at them.
You start pushing this boat back into the water, off the sand. Getting inside, there is it has a single sail. You raise the sail up, and immediately the boat starts moving, and you quickly floundering for the rudder, and you manage to start steering it towards the ship, lowering the sail, so you slow down a bit before you crash into the side of the ship. This small sloop pulls up beside the SS Amnesia. Anthea and Boomer, you can climb down the ladder to get in.
Yeah.
No
We do
worries.
that.
All right, and you turn around and begin heading back to the lighthouse island. Jill, it's a bit kind of like this, but you manage to do it and make your way back and pull up on the sand again. And you all get
Excellent.
out.
Bloody spectacular.
Anthea, as you get off the ship, you realize you see a name on the side of the ship.
The Banshee.
The ship
the Banshee?
is the Banshee. Hell, everyone else is going, what the fuck's the Banshee?
Why is that such a big deal? Because that's what
It's
I thought.
Isabella's ship from the Storm's Refuge.
Oh!
The NPC that had to flesh out in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I bet you I told you that in confidence. At that moment, you hear some footsteps from up on the stairs. Up the stairs that lead up to the
Oh, like footprints coming down.
Yep. And you see the familiar face of Isabella.
I don't have any. I forgot.
She looks extremely scared. Sees a lot of you, makes eye contact with Anthea. We need to go. Now. You shouldn't have come here. And
Yeah.
that's where we're gonna end it for tonight.
Wow.
Unfortunately, I did a really shit job of actually wrapping it up for Anthea. I was getting there, but it's gonna like
More things just kept happening.
I can write up
He's gonna
a
do more things.
I can write up an epilogue for Anthea.
Okay.
I did have something good planned, but
Wow.
it's like it's gonna take too long to get
Oh
to.
dear.
Sadly.
It took us like
Oh,
20
man.
minutes to get off the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh god.
All
great.
right. Well,
I
thank
had,
you.
Good
I had
session,
Ocean Man playing in my headphones for the last 40 minutes of that. It was
Oh,
quite great,
What is
actually.
wrong with you?
No, it was so good. No, it gave like the ship thing this manic energy. It was excellent. Like, I really want you to send me the clip of this so I can edit it together too.
I was
Ocean
gonna
Man, so
say I
can give
want to
guys the
edit
experience
it.
that I
You just
live.
like listening to Ocean. Oh
Really?
god.
The whole time. I
Alrighty.
only just stopped it then.
Well, thank you for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Thank you, Jay, for joining us the past
Thank you,
8
Jay.
episodes.
Our queen.
Thanks,
No,
friends.
We could maybe have Anthea return down the track for a little one-off. If you'd
Yeah,
be
I'll
up
see what
for
we
it.
can sort out.
That'd be
Anthea's
nice.
actually in the big
Absolutely.
bad.
Did you read my campaign notes? Alrighty. Thank you for watching. See y'all later. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.